The Five Nights movie has already been spotted on Peacock. A brand new FNAF trailer has hit the internet. Has the bite of 83 just been confirmed for the movie? William Afton has a sister and we don't know how to feel about it. All this and more in your weekly behind-the-scenes look at the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Hello and welcome, Five Nights fanatics and lore lovers alike. You're tuned into yet another electrifying episode of our exclusive behind-the-scenes series, where we dish out all the juicy, sizzling, and spine-chilling news of the much-anticipated Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Brought to you by none other than your Sultan of SLUURP, Aiden, we're here to serve up a fresh, bubbling brew of speculation, breaking news, and in-depth analysis on everything FNAF. This week, there's a special energy in the air as we eagerly await the release of the highly anticipated Ruin DLC for Security Breach. To match this energy, we've compiled a tantalizing list of stories that'll keep you on the edge of your seats. But before we dive in, a word of caution for our audience who prefer to stay in the dark until the grand release. Consider this your friendly spoiler warning. If you'd rather be surprised, it might be time to take a short break. But for the rest of you, brace yourselves and let's jump straight into the action. Barely had the digital dust settled on our last week's episode when we got bombarded with messages from thrilled fans. The big news. An official landing page for the much-anticipated Five Nights at Freddy's movie just popped up on Universal's Peacock streaming service. Now those of you who've been on this ride with us since the beginning will remember our long-standing saga with the FNAF movie logos. It's been a revolving door of designs, hasn't it? With this new edition, we must be up to, what, version 7 now? Peacock's landing page doesn't just stop at a new logo. No, it showcases the iconic Bonnie, Freddy, and Chica, an image we've seen before, but nevertheless a significant one. It's interesting to see what kind of marketing materials Universal is leaning on to spotlight this movie. But let's not forget the most exciting part of this whole development. This landing page is not just a placeholder, not just a piece of digital real estate. It's a reminder, a countdown if you will, to the moment when we can, at the click of a button, watch the Five Nights at Freddy's movie anytime we want. And honestly, can that moment come any sooner? We're absolutely buzzing with excitement. Let's dive straight into our most thrilling news story of the week, the unveiling of an all-new synopsis for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. This electrifying synopsis first popped up on the movie's official website, and it goes like this. The terrifying horror game phenomenon becomes a blood-chilling cinematic event as Blumhouse brings Five Nights at Freddy's to the big screen. The film follows Mike, a troubled young man haunted by the unsolved disappearance of his younger brother more than a decade ago. Recently fired and desperate for work, Mike takes up a night security guard position at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, and with the help of local police officer Vanessa, finds himself drawn into an unspeakable nightmare. There's a lot to unpack there. Firstly, it's surprising that Matthew Lillard's nefarious character continues to go by the name Steve Raglan instead of William Afton. Is this setting up a movie twist? The fans already assume Lillard is playing Afton. Theories are sprinting up faster than you can say Freddy Fazbear, trying to explain Afton's intriguing alias. If you brewed your own theory, spill the tea in the comment section below. Elsewhere, we got more confirmation about the much-anticipated Bite of 83 scene, hinted at when the synopsis mentions Mike's haunting past linked to his younger brother's disappearance. Franchise veterans are definitely raising an eyebrow at this, wagering the odds of this being the fabled Bite of 83 are sky high. And lastly, one of the major takeaways, the casting of Mary Stuart Masterson as Mike's chilly Aunt Jane. This definitely warrants a more detailed discussion, which we'll jump into in the next story. As we know, every big reveal comes with its share of speculation and sometimes misinformation. Such is the case with our third segment, the mysterious Aunt Jane. In a whirlwind of tweets from various Five Nights movie info accounts, we found ourselves confronted with screenshots of the Internet Movie Database listing for the Five Nights movie with Mary Stuart Masterson now attached to the character Jane Afton. Fan reactions were swift and intense. Jane, a relative of William Afton. Mike and William related in the movie just as in the games. Fans everywhere were ecstatic. But we hate to be the ones to throw water on that particular bonfire. It seems this IMDb revelation was not official, but rather the work of a mischievous fan. The name has since been corrected back to Aunt Jane on both IMDb and IMDb Pro. So, where does this leave us? Well, while the Jane Afton excitement has been put on hold, some fans are still holding out hope. And who can blame them? But until we have official confirmation, everything remains purely speculative. Don't worry though, the moment we get any concrete news about Mike's icy aunt, you'll be the first to hear right here. Rounding up this edition of your weekly behind-the-scenes look at the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, we got a very brief but quite intriguing news story. Brace yourselves, fans, as it appears there's a new version of the Five Nights trailer playing in movie theaters. This new trailer, while bearing a close resemblance to the original, is actually a tad bit shorter. Notably, it has entirely cut out Corey Kenshin's cameo. A bit of a bummer. What's more, the saga of the ever-changing logos continues. Interestingly, this recut trailer has decided to revert back to the logo from the first trailer. We talked about this before, but it's still genuinely puzzling why there's such a struggle to settle on one logo to represent the film. It's a bit of a mystery, much like the lore of FNAF itself. Well, that wraps up another week of non-stop excitement on our behind-the-scenes series. But fear not, Five Nights fans, the thrilling ride isn't over yet as we eagerly anticipate the release of the Security Breach Ruined DLC. We're all buzzing with excitement for the flurry of theories, speculations, and lively discourse that will follow its release. But let's not forget the core of this BTS series, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, where our primary focus will always lie. As a reminder, the esteemed actors and writers from some of our favorite Hollywood franchises are currently on strike. If you missed our vital episode of BTS where we dove into the details of the strike and explained precisely how it could impact the FNAF movie, we'd highly recommend giving it a watch. You can find a link to that video in the description down below. And now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, our faithful Five Nights at Freddy's countdown to find out just how far we are from the movie's release. Drumroll, please. Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary pals, we are only 94 days away. That's right, for the first time in the history of this show, we have entered the double digits. The excitement is absolutely electric. Before we wrap up, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to ensure you never miss a single heart-pounding update. We are eternally grateful to each and every one of you for tuning in. And now, why not stick around for a special message from our friend of the show, Donnie?
Don't go anywhere, because something big is coming. Can you hear that? That's the sound of our Discord server opening to the public. That's right, for a short period of time, our server is open to the public, and we want you to join us. If you're a movie, gaming, or pop culture enthusiast, our community is the ultimate destination for you. Plus, we're not just offering an incredible community, we're also doing giveaways. That's right, we're giving away Amazon gift cards and games to lucky members of our community. Our server is a safe and inclusive space where everyone is welcome. Connect with fellow enthusiasts, share your opinions, and stay up to date on the latest trends and releases. So what are you waiting for, SLUURP heads? Join our Discord server now while you still can. The clock is ticking.
Monsters, tell me, do you believe in those monsters? I'm talking dreams so big that they haunt you.